道家哲学, or Taoism, is perhaps the most attractive Chinese philosophical school to many people around the world, especially when we are facing ever more stressful life today. With its teaching about detachment, cool attitude about life, and the going with the flow philosophy, it just sounds very comforting. Yet, many of the key concepts from Taoist school remains vague and mysterious to the general public. And such ambiguity causes a lot of confusion. The research publications by academics is way too technical and remote from everyday life to be of much help. For instance, I got a request recently from one of my subscribers to explain the concepts of Tai Chi and Wu Ji. Such concepts are used very often by many people in their everyday life, but what exactly they mean still elude us, including myself. I have studied and taught classical Chinese philosophies for more than 30 years. I still don't have a clear definition for concepts like this. It is not just that there are over 2,000 years worth of accumulated literature for both Taoism and Confucianism about these concepts. It is also that the experts in classical Chinese philosophies were often too busy with their research and publication to notice what is needed by the general public. So, it is about time to do something about it. I'm planning to make a new series about key philosophical concepts starting today. In this series, I'm going to talk about the key concepts of classical Chinese philosophies, explaining their philosophical meanings, how are they used in everyday life, and their meaning in specialized fields such as medicine, engineering, or agriculture practice, etc. Let me know in the comment section down below, how do you like this video and what philosophical concepts you would like me to talk about. I'll be happy to respond to your requests. I'm Dr. Gao, a philosopher specialized in classical Chinese philosophies. I make videos about classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and medical literature. If you like the content of my videos, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. If you would like to read the original Chinese text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Now, let's look at the concept of Wu Ji. Wu Ji is made up with two characters of Wu and Ji. Wu is an important Taoist concept. You probably heard of the concept of Wu Wei, or non-action, or effortless action, etc. But philosophers haven't agreed on a definition of Wu Wei. This is because Wu is a rich but very difficult concept to find a counterpart in English. To explain the concept of Wu, you have to have an in-depth understanding of Taoism first. Then we fall into a hermeneutic circle. You can't grasp the meaning of Wu without understanding Taoism. However, without a good understanding of concepts such as Wu, you can't understand Taoism. I guess if we have to start somewhere, we can just start anywhere. So let's break the circle at the concept of Wu. Wu is a variation of the character Wang, meaning to die or to lose. So Wu is the negation of You, meaning to have or to be present. Wu implies a state before being. It is the void or emptiness that holds all the potentials. Be aware not to bring in the image of vacuum where there is nothing. That connotation is not implied in the Taoist concept of Wu. I would like to bring up the ecological image of a space in a forest. Suppose a tree fell in a forest. This event is quite significant to the seedlings among the undergrowth. If this particular tree stands, these seedlings will have a hard time to grow. Now the fall of this tree creates a space for the seedling to take over. It is in this ecological sense that Wu is used in Taoist texts, such as Tao Te Ching and Zhuangzi, as well as the medical texts of Huangdi Neijing, or the Yellow Emperor's classic of internal medicine. In this text, Wu means rooms for potential to come into being. So Wu in classical painting is the blank space for imagination. Wu in music is a silent moment between melodies that gives the audience a chance to absorb and reflects the beauty of the music. Wu in politics is restraining from abusing political power by the ruling class. That is, Wu is the political freedom we valued so much. Imagine if all the political leaders in the world could control their ambition of doing some things and practice Wu Wei. How much more freedom would we have? Now, let's look at the second character, Qi. It was initially an alternative scribe of the character Ji, which is a backpack carried by a student when he travels to different academies to study, as in the phrase of 复机求学, to pursue knowledge while carrying a backpack. I didn't find any picture of Ji, but I find these two paintings to give you some idea what Ji looked like. One is the great Tang Buddhist monk Xuanzang, who traveled to India to study the authentic Buddhist scripture. The other is a traveling scholar with his servant carrying the backpack. Ji also refers to the frame built for carrying things on the back of a donkey, which later extended to mean arches that can carry weight. The character Ji also extends to refer to the triangle frame used to support a roof as indicated by these two variations of the character. They look just like the wooden structure for the roof. The character Ji eventually acquires other meanings such as the ultimate, as in the phrase of 登极 or assuming the crown, the supreme, as in the phrase of 极致 or arriving at the ultimate goal, etc. What about its meaning in Taoist philosophy? The character Ji appears 4 times, including the passage where Wu Ji appears. The character first appears in chapter 16 in the phrase of 虚极, referring to a mental state of complete detachment, when one assumes the position of an observer restrained from any judgment. Then it appears in chapter 28 with the phrase of 无极. Because I'm going to cite a part of the chapter to provide a textual context for the concept, I would explain how the character of Ji is used later. The third time Ji appears is in chapter 58. Here, Ji refers to the point when a process reverses itself to the opposite direction. Throughout Tao Te Ching, there is a recurring theme that all phenomena in the world would reverse themselves once they reach the extreme. This is what the Chinese called 物极必反, meaning when things arrive or were pushed to the extreme, they will go to the opposite direction. Ji is the point when things tend to the opposite direction. The fourth time Ji appears is in chapter 59, where it is used in a similar sense to chapter 58. Ji means the extreme, where going any further would reverse the nature of an action or a process. But here it is used in a more specific sense. The character Ji refers to either a person's limit or a nation's limit. The chapter advises that for a person or a nation to remain healthy, people should not push things to the limit by sparing some of a person or a nation's reserve, so that a person or a state will become long-lasting. Now, let me read the chapter where Wuji appears. Chapter 16. Know the male, yet safeguard the female, and be a river god to the world. As a river god to the world, you will not lose your real potency. And not losing your real potency, you return to the state of the newborn babe. Know the clean, yet safeguard the soiled. Be a valley to the world. As a valley to the world, your real potency will be ample. And with ample potency, you return to the state of unworked wood. Know the white, yet safeguard the black, and be a model of the world. As a model of the world, your real potency will not be wanting. And with your potency not wanting, you return to the state of limitless, or 无极. The imageries used in this chapter are female, river, valley, baby, and the unworked wood. Female, river, and valley have one quality in common. That is, they all offer some resources, such as a uterus, water, or space for life to emerge and grow. The baby and uncarved wood both have reserved potentials for future development. These are important qualities worth to safeguard, although their opposite qualities are valued in society, such as being male, being an adult, or being a finished utensils, etc. This is because such qualities are essential to sustain those socially desirable qualities. And this argument is spelled out in the following 3 lines where the concept 无极 appears. 知其白，守其黑，为天下事。为天下事，恒得不二。恒得不二，复归于无极。知 means know. 七 means it. 白 means white. 守 means safeguard. 七 means it. 黑 means black. 为 means to be. 天 means heaven. 下 means under. 是 means model. 为 again means to be. 天 means heaven. 下 means under. 是 means model. 恒 means eternal. 得 means potency. 不 means not. 二 means two. But here it is used as a contrast with 一 meaning one. 一 is a very important concept in classical Chinese philosophy. It means to be whole, to unite, or to unify in the phrase of 统一, meaning unify, or standardize, as in the phrase of 一七行, meaning standardize their behaviors. The most important connotation of the character yi is to represent the undifferentiated cosmos, as in the following lines from 道德经. 道生一，一生二，二生三，三生万物. The first translation I presented here is a literal translation. Tao gives rise to one, one to two, two to three, three to the 10,000 things. The second translation is by Roger Ames and David Hall. They interpreted this line as a description of the cosmological process from an undifferentiated chaos or unity to distinct and unique particularities of individual things and processes. Tao gives rise to continuity. Continuity gives rise to difference. Difference gives rise to plurality. And the plurality gives rise to the manifold of everything that is happening. So it is clear here that the character R refers to the act of making a distinction, which would split the original unity or break the continuity. Once one reifies such difference, one would lose his sight on the whole, hence become blind to other options and lose some of his potency. This is why Roger Ames and David Hall translate R as wanting. Heng again means eternal. De means potency. Bu means not. Er means wanting. Fu gui means return. Yu means true. Wu means none. Ji means ultimate. So returning to Wuji is to reserve in every aspect of our lives rooms for future, whether it is resources, your energy and time, your capacity of doing things, etc. We often heard people saying, living your life to the full. No, it is not good to live one's life to the full. To live life to the full is exhausting. If you do this all the time, you will experience exhaustion, hopelessness, even depression after a short period of euphoria. To return to Wuji is to return to a state of undifferentiated ambiguity, so that you will have something for the future. I feel this is a great excuse for procrastination. Procrastination becomes a problem precisely because we want to get everything done at once, which is the mission impossible. There is no such thing as procrastination. It is your body telling you to stop and relax. Well, at least this had always been a good excuse for me. So the three lines read, know the white, yet safeguard the black, and be a model of the world. As a model of the world, your real potency will not be wanting. And with your potency not wanting, you return to the state of limitless. So Wuji is translated as limitless. However, translating Wuji as limitless has its limit. It does not present the rich meaning I just talked about. So I suggest we take Wuji as a state before an action or an event is actualized. It is the state of suspension that reserves all the potentials and options. It is like the mental and physical state of a martial art master before he strikes. He takes on an extremely flexible posture, ready to respond to any possible moves of his opponent. Well, this is a very long explanation for one concept, but I feel it is necessary because Wuji is such an important concept for Taoist philosophy. In my next video, I will present an explanation for the concept of Taiji. I hope you like this video, and if you have any other philosophical concepts you would like me to discuss, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm more than happy to oblige. If you're new to my channel, please check out my other videos on classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, or medical literature. If you like the content of my videos, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on the subjects. So if you would like to read the original Chinese text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you next time.